The Mo Ibrahim Foundation will today release an anticipated report that will shed a light on governance in the continent for the last decade. The foundation, which also awards African leaders for an excellent track record, has not awarded any leader for the prize based on a number of reasons, including the nominee must have served and left office for more than 3 years back and democratically elected, which analysts are saying not many leaders have met.
Et puis en 2015, l'index annuel de la Fondation.
In 2015, the Foundation's annual index showed that more than a third of African countries were in a deteriorating governance state. 21 of the 54 countries on the continent, 5 of whom are placed in the top 10, had regressed since 2011, according to the Index of Global Governance. I remember the first 3 of the class were Mauritius, Cape Verde, and Botswana. The last 3, Central African Republic, South Sudan, and Somalia.
Being joined by Aisha Diallo, she is a member of the committee of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. Aisha, as we wait for the report's conclusion, what can you already tell us about it?
I will just tell you that you have 4 categories, 14 subcategories, and 95 indicators that will allow you to understand how African leaders have been doing since the decade. I will give you the 4 categories. It is safety and rule of law. It is participation and human rights. It is sustainable development and opportunities, and then human development. And in safety and rule of law, you have 25 indicators. In participation and human rights, you have 17 indicators. In sustainable economic opportunity, you have 12 indicators. And in human development, you have 25 indicators. And maybe I should give you the subcategories. The subcategories for safety and rule of law, you have 4. Rule of law, accountability, personal safety, and national security. For participation and human rights, you have 3. It is participation, rights, and gender. For sustainable economic opportunity, you have 4, which are public management, business environment, infrastructure, and rural sector. And for human development, that's where you have 3 subcategories: welfare, education, and gender. This will allow you to understand the trends. First of all, the evaluation during the decade and the trends. So we all have to be involved in choosing the best people to be our leaders. And also to make sure that we will be watching and make sure that they will respect their commitments. They will guide, they will be democratic.
Now, Aisha, we are aware that, and we know that you've been at the forefront and you lead a fight for a greater presence of women in governance. What is the general outlook of encouraging them any bit with regard to this report that is about to be released?
They have to be involved from day one. You know, they have been electing presidents. And I have found out that most of women are reluctant to being involved in elections. Is it because of violence or what? I don't know. That's what we have to find out. But it's getting better, though. When you look at the education sector, for instance, you look at the enrollment from primary to higher education, you have more women and girls, even though they are not as many as you would like to in science and tech. I think that it has to do with the teachers, but also with the parents and the girls themselves. It's a matter of expectations. You know, when the parents and the teachers do not encourage girls and showing them that they are as good as boys in science and technology, then you see the confidence in themselves cannot be high. That's why I am a teacher. I'm promoting women and girls education in education, but especially in science and technology. I want them to understand that they are very good and they can do even better if they have confidence in themselves. And I think it's coming slowly.
Well, that was Aisha Ba Diallo talking to us on the report due today. We'll be broadcasting that live on Africa News. Catch it at 12 noon.